Hi viewers, this is Nanepia here, A to A Talk Show. Welcome to the show today. Recently there was a brawl that took place in Melbourne, and one of our community leaders commented that these young men should be deported. So I tried to get the guy who made that comment to come to the show, but unfortunately he couldn't come because his schedule changed. But I managed to get two student lawyers here in my studio today. They are from the Sudanese community. These gentlemen are here to have a chat about what happened in Melbourne and also the comments that were made after the brawl in Melbourne. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. My name is Nanepia. As you know, the host of A to A Talk Show. A to A basically means Africa to Australia Talk Show. So that is what A to A is all about. Today, the first time you people coming to my studio, so I would like you to introduce yourself to viewers so they will know exactly who you are. So starting from Marko, what is your name, and tell us a bit about you.
Thank you so much, Nana Akua.
That's my name.
Thank you for inviting me and myself and my friend Ocholamero to come and have an interview with you. It's good to be here. I like it. I'm excited about it.
Thank you, my pleasure.
My name is Mark Deng. I'm a South Sudanese. Been in Australia for a while now. Came to Australia in 2004, so I've been here for like 12 years or something now. I'm a graduate lawyer. I was admitted last year to the legal profession by the Supreme Court of Queensland, and I'm currently doing advanced studies in migration law at Griffith University.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Nana, for this opportunity. I'm so impressed.
My pleasure.
Yeah, my name is Ocholamero, Otir Bure Oroto. Most people call me Ocholamero, and I came to Australia in 2003. I am a graduate of political science from UQ, and at the moment I'm in my second year doing Juris Doctor program.
Ocholamero.
Ocholamero,
sorry.
From South Sudan as well.
Yeah, from South Sudan.
Yeah.
I learned you have an organization. Is it an organization?
Yes, we have.
Can you tell us more about it?
That's right.
What is the organization is all about?
Thanks for asking. We initiated, I and my friend, plus other few concerned South Sudanese, we have initiated an association, or you call non-profit organization, called South Sudan Peace Alliance. The idea is, from the word alliance, to bring all the people from different regions of South Sudan to come together for the purpose of advocating for peace, for a kind of looking or a quest for a peaceful means of staying. This is a result of the war that has been taking place the last 2 years in South Sudan. We thought if we continue with the idea of conflict or taking gun against each other, we will not come to peace. So we better come together. It's a kind of forum for people to discuss these ideas and advocate for peaceful way of resolving conflict.
Okay, not everybody knows the status of Sudanese at the moment. Can you please tell us what is happening at the moment? What is the status of Sudan at the moment?
Okay, I'll just say a bit and Mark can add. In brief, what we know is 2011 we had independent, separate country. Okay, South Sudan out of Sudan itself. And then 2013, we at the end of December, I think mid-December, we also had a bit of conflict that arose within the government and divided the country more or less into two. And they started fighting and killing each other. So this is what happened. But now there is peace agreement. They are organizing to implement.
Yes, basically it's a civil war. It's a civil war caused by power struggle within the government, and the regional countries in East Africa and Africa as a whole, plus the international community have been trying their hardest to bring peace in South Sudan, trying to bring the warring parties together to come to an agreement. So there have been a number of peace agreements signed, but they have not been honored. Except the last one, which was signed in August last year, which is now in the early stages of its implementation. So that's basically the situation in South Sudan right now. It's a big civil war. People are dying. People are suffering, and everyone is trying, to work hard to bring peace. So hence the idea of Ocholamero, trying to coming up with an organization that brings people together to have discussion about the ideas, how we can generate ideas that we can help the warring parties to bring peace to the country. That's the idea there. But it's not easy. Every country, almost every country, has been through that. Difficult times. But we are people of South Sudan are trying. The government and the rebels, plus other people who are concerned, the intellectuals and the international community, are trying to bring peace to the country.
Okay.
So hopefully, sometime soon we will have peace.
Yeah, hopefully. But before we start discussing, the reason why we are here, we start discussing the topic, I would like you to use this platform to reach out to people about, what you are doing. Just, let people know what you are doing and how they can access you, or maybe if they want to support or something like that. Can you use this platform to reach out to people?
Yes, thank you for this opportunity. I think what I'm asking people out there is to get involved. This is an association that requires members to get involved. South Sudanese, we have our friends of South Sudanese who want to help in one way or another. At the moment we're taking memberships. So it's a matter of, you can go to our Facebook, which is South Sudan Peace Alliance. That Facebook, I've got details there, with contact details. Or you can give me a call directly on my mobile, which is 0411 834 128 to obtain more information. I repeat that, 0411 834 128. So we need more members to get involved so we can have voice. So to bring change, need people. This is about collective mind. Excellent. Thank you very much for the time.
Excellent. Gentlemen, the reason why we are here today is, I think it's about a brawl that happened recently in Melbourne, which involved some Sudanese youth. Give us a brief idea of what actually transpired between these young Sudanese and, other people. What actually happened?
What happened was that I live in Brisbane, so I wasn't in Melbourne. The incidents occurred in Melbourne, and we saw it on the TV and read it also in the newspaper. What I saw was that, and what I'm told by my colleagues who in Melbourne, is that these youngsters, South Sudanese plus youngsters from other ethnic communities, attended a festival, what they call Mumba Festival in Victoria. And I don't know what happened in the festival. They ended up fighting at the festival. The police went in to try to restore order, and these youngsters resisted the police. Some were yelling at the police, trying to fight the police, and so it became a big issue. The media came in and reported that the Sudanese are causing trouble in Melbourne, these youngsters, and so that's how the issue got out of control. It went spiral in the media, and and in the country. So the Sudanese Community Association, that is the Sudanese Community Association leadership, took a step to condemn the violence and promised to work with the police to investigate the matter and bring those who were involved in the brawl to justice if their actions, are deemed unlawful in any way. So they would be investigated and prosecuted. That's what the Sudanese community leadership promised to work with the police on. Now, one of my colleagues, he's a South Sudanese, I know you have heard about him. His name is Deng Adut.
Yeah. I think that's yeah, that's my next question. Coming to ask you there was a comment from him, and I think he was talking about these young Sudanese to be deported if they are not going to sit up. The first time, when I heard about, I went to the website to read about the comments, and to me, this man, he is sort of, voice for unheard voices.
Yes.
To me, that is what, whenever I think about Deng, that is what I think.
Yes.
He's voice for unheard voices. So when I read the comment, I was very disappointed.
Yes.
So I just want to know your view about the comment.
Yep.
What do you guys think about what he said?
Yes. Like you said, you have read the comment. Everyone has read the comment. My friend, who we happen to disagree.
I know he's sort of a similar views with Deng, so you are here to defend Deng, something like that.
So we happen to have different opinions on the comments. So you read the comment, I read the comment, he read the comments that Deng made. And so I was also disappointed when I read the comments. The majority of the South Sudanese people were also terribly offended by the comments. Whilst the community is united in condemning the violence, the comments went a bit too far. And I wrote an article on this. The comments, basically.
Before you go ahead, what was the comment so people would know?
The comment.
I just said it. Maybe
he said that these youngsters are not, integrated into the Australian mainstream way of life, and they're not making any productive contribution to the Australian, development and social progress, and therefore the solution for them is to take them back to their country of origin.
To be deported, I think that's the word. To be deported.
The word he uses, they should be deported back to South Sudan. That's what got everyone, upset. Almost everyone, except some people.
I'm coming to you.
So that's the comment Deng made. He came under heavy criticism for that, under heavy condemnation and attack from different people. Now people are divided on this, obviously. People like myself, I said the comments went a bit too far. Then he say he's an advocate, he's a lawyer, and I said that in the paper that I wrote that.
I think in the article, the one who was interviewing him said something like, I think it's very harsh, the way that
the comments were harsh. And he didn't, and more so, he didn't justify what he was saying. And so, what I said is that these are Australian citizens, these youngsters. I assume, because I haven't spoken to them, I don't know their citizenship status in Australia. But I assume because they came to Australia when they were young with their parents. I assume the majority of them are Australian citizens. And what I said that the position that I have is that any individual has a right to determine the fate of an Australian citizen in this country, except the law. And I have outlined in the paper how an Australian citizen can lose his or her citizenship. Okay. And those processes are either, you have acquired your citizenship, illegally, or either you have committed a serious offense against Australian laws. So these are the processes under which an Australian citizen can lose his or her citizenship and be deported back to country,
Yeah, wherever they come
origin.
from.
That's what I said. I also called upon him to apologize because the comments have offended a lot of people. And I said, you know, Deng is a human being. He's capable of making mistakes like any of us.
Yeah, Marko, before you were here to defend, or maybe you share the same views with them. But I just want to ask you this question. The first time you read the article, what came to your mind? I'm not talking about after, you know, you just sit down and think about it. No, I'm talking about when you first read the article. What came to your mind? Because as I said, he's known to me as the voice for unheard voices, so I was very disappointed. You know, instantly, so it was like, oh my God, you know, someone I know him to be, you know, someone who is going to advocate for Africans, and now he's saying this. But after talking to someone, I had a long discussion with someone, and I think that person also shared sort of the same view with Deng as well. So that's when I thought, okay, maybe he's making a point. But what the question I'm asking you is, the first time you read it, what came to your mind?
I think I came across the information through Mark's Facebook, and what I did was I asked Mark, I said, what's going on? I saw him writing and not happy. I said, what's going on? And then he attached it and linked me to it.
Why did you ask that question? What is going on?
Because
you were here to defend him, so I just want to know what was going through your mind.
So when I got it,
and then you asked, what is going on? There was something going through your mind.
What happened is I got information through Mark, and then on his Facebook he wasn't happy about his Deng Adut. And I said, what happened? What did he say? And he attached me to it. When I read the article, I think my response was, it's making sense. This man deserves some support. Yes, I said, what he's saying makes sense, and I will support it. And what I did actually, I also connected on my Facebook and I said, this idea is to be supported. I endorse it. I didn't endorse it because I like the idea of deportation. I endorse it because this is a man, I see, he's trying to express himself and trying to resolve the problem.
But don't you think there's other way of, you know, solving this issue instead of this harsh, you know, just deport these people back to where they you know, they came from, which is not stable at the moment.
You're right, Nana, to be disappointed, and Mark is right to be disappointed. I say a lot of things, a lot of his view. I say that as a registered criminal lawyer, it is true that we don't want to set precedent of deporting people out. But let's think. I read his article twice. Deng Adut, what he said was, these young people, they went through a lot. They're traumatized. This is the first statement. They're traumatized. Some of them grew without parents. Their parents were busy in the bush fighting, liberating the country, which becomes South Sudan now. So they miss some upbringing discipline. These young people have gone through a lot. Their parents were busy and they grew up in refugee camps. Some actually grew without parents. They lost their parents during the war. So the trauma itself is affecting them. That's one thing. Another thing that he mentioned is these young people, because of the law dealing with children here, you get parents here don't smug their children. So the children tend to rebel, and then they go and stay alone. When they go clubbing, they cause chaos. So partly, the rule here is not favoring. So what he said is, these people need help from the government, need help to help them out from this situation. But if the help given is not enough, is not helping, they don't reform, then it will be better for them to go back home. That's the statement he put. And then I think
to go back to the
Sudan
situation.
To go to
because
Sudan.
now Sudan is not stable.
Sudan is not stable. Sudan is not stable yet. But to go back home. Now and then, I think the interviewer said, so you're trying to suggest deportation. He said, yes, deportation. Now, what I'm reading there is, I'm seeing then, I say his view not because I like deportation. I say his view because he's someone who is concerned about our brand. South Sudan as a country, or being South Sudanese is a brand. So if there are few individuals spoiling the name of South Sudanese, they're going to club, fighting all the time, they are a risk to people that they fight, or they are risks to the community. Now, as Mark said before, we don't know. We assume they're citizens. But more likely, for those who came 3 years ago, now it takes 4 years to become citizen in Australia. Those who came 3 years ago, 1 year ago, if they're involved in that fight, there is a chance, if you're a permanent resident visa holder, there is a chance that you can be deported if you commit a serious offense. So what Adut is trying to say is, there is a possibility of doing that. But we know it's not easy to deport people. But if someone happened to be a permanent resident visa holder, can be deported. Adut expresses frustration. He's a criminal lawyer, and I think he might have handled a lot of South Sudanese cases. That's why he said, these guys, they go to prison 2-3 weeks. When they come back, doesn't take long, they're back again, and they're back again. So instead of this, why can't they go back as a solution? I don't think his intention is real for the deportation. He is someone who's looking for solution. He's a problem solver, that's how I see it. Yeah.
What is your comment about that?
No, I totally disagree. As per my views, in the paper that I wrote, I disagree with Deng's comment, and I disagree with my friends, supporting, Deng's, comments as well. Like I said, these are Australians, There's no way that anyone can suggest that, they should be taken back to their country already. They have come here for a reason, to live in Australia and to change their lives. We came as refugees, and the country that we came from is still now in civil war.
In civil war, yeah.
So
that was my worry.
So
for them to go back to, a country
to suggest that they should
not
be
stable.
Yeah, they should be taken back. How is deportation going to help to reform and to rehabilitate, to become responsible and productive members of the wider community? How? In South Sudan, we do not have the resources and the opportunities for people like that to reform. No one is going to support them. They have their parents here. They have their, most of their relatives in Australia. So if you take them back to South Sudan, no one is going to help them. Unless we use, the African way of, disciplining people, beat them up, so that they can learn the lesson and behave themselves. Maybe that's the only way that they can, the only thing that they can get if they get deported back to South Sudan. And it's not a solution at all. It's not a practical solution. Deng, as an advocate, as a community leader, should have suggested other ways of helping the community to address these issues. Yes, the image that we get from the media about South Sudanese being, notorious and not integrating into the Australian society is not good.
It's not good, yeah.
Yeah, and no one is happy about it. And this is where the community and the government need to work together to find, ways to create programs to help these young kids, get back into the community, into the normal mode of life, and become responsible. I believe that there are ways of helping them. That's my belief. And deportation is not in my list. And I think for me as a lawyer, it would be irresponsible for me to come up with something like that. The government of Australia is also partly responsible, because the government's protection rules and policies, have their hand in this. Because the government takes away the children from their parents and put them in the foster care where no one is actively looking after them. And from there, they go on the street. See? So the government is partly responsible, and that's what I said in the article, that the government is partly responsible for this. That's why the government needs to work together with the community to address the issue. That's what I said.
Ocholamero,
yes.
Did you think about what they are going to face, or what they are going to do back home when they are deported? Or did you think about that?
Yes, I thought about it. I was there last year, and I know the situation is not good. But what I'm coming from the angle of appreciation. I really would like to see South Sudanese young people who are causing all this turmoil or chaos from time to time to take a break, to be smart, to step back and avoid this kind of issues, because there are some of us who are proud of being South Sudanese and doing the right thing. So while we know we all went through different experiences, I myself will not support deportation as a first point of call, but as a last resort, I support it. I'll be number 2 to sign it, because I'm really sick and tired to see young people, South Sudanese, are causing trouble every now and then when they can prevent it. So when Adut say that thing, that should go out as a challenge. Instead, most people insulted him. Mark did well. He wrote his view and said how Adut should have acted. But some people actually went on social media and insulted him.
Yeah.
You know, as a stupid lawyer, or we don't know even whether he studied this thing at the university. They went emotional. Now, what is not good among South Sudanese? I don't know what.
Maybe people don't know what is behind the scene. As you were saying, you know, this is not a one-off thing. It's
No,
something that they've been doing over and over again. So I think he's sort of, you know, sick and tired of it.
Exactly. We need to see behind that. We need to first, who is he? Adut is a lawyer, he's a criminal lawyer, and he works with these young people who commit these offenses. He is there face to face. And you get other people who do not know, they don't even take part in helping these young people like Adut. Adut is there for them. So Adut is kind of sick and tired of this and trying to suggest a solution. So the best thing for me, if I were to disagree with him, is to say, look, Adut, I disagree with the deportation idea, but we can work something out, solution out, as opposed to insulting him emotionally. Now, the
you know, social media, anybody can just get up.
Exactly. So the problem is, people don't want to accept sometimes their mistake. I'll be in a position to say, yes, we South Sudanese have caused chaos here. We accept it, and then identify our problems and resolve it, as opposed to say, expecting Adut to defend these offenders in the media. So the expectation among South Sudanese who oppose his idea 100% is that he should have acted like a kind of saying, you know, these are Sudanese, maybe someone might have started them or something like that. What I would like to see happen is to be objective, to step back and say, yes, these are our young guys, they have done something wrong here, but can we work a solution? This is the point where I agree with Mark. If we want to sit together, work for a solution, I am one in it. But if this solution is not working and people are asked to sign for the deportation as a last resort, I'll be one of them too.